And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 846. Today is Tuesday, November 30th, 2021, and I am King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday at 10ish. And today is episode 846. Today's top stories: CBDC is a tool to combat Bitcoin, says Bank of Indonesia exec. India misinterpreted private crypto ban, says crypto bill creator. Crypto.com and Silvergate enable institutions to buy and sell crypto with USD. Snoop Dogg drops decentralized dog NFT like it's hot. See what they did there. Grayscale launches Solana Trust as well, dedicated to Solana. That's some big news of the day as well. But of course, first and foremost, we will be talking about these prices on the day as my computer actually loads up. For some reason, it's skipping. Here we go. Bitcoin's coming in hot, up 2.79% at $58,562. So all green there. I know a lot of people are happy to see that bounce back. Ethereum, you can see here, is at $4,718, up 9.12%. So Ethereum is having a great 24 hours. A lot of people have been saying now is the time to ape into Ethereum as they're expecting some upgrades in February. Of course, Binance coins at $631, up 2.39%. Solana up 4.71%. I expect this to continue to grow as this trust we'll be talking about later becomes a thing. But again, Solana's at $215, up 4.82%. Cardano right under at $1.61, up 2.75%. Polkadot number 9 at $38.52, up 7.78%. Another big day. And Dogecoin, I still can't believe it is hanging on to this number 10 spot at 22 cents, up 3.31%. And last but not least, of course, Shiba Inu just got that Kraken listing. So that looks like it's about a little bit less than a penny at 5,000 sats, up 28.63%. Only thing I would say about that, of course, is, hey, it just had this pump 30% from going to Kraken. If you miss getting out of it, now might be a good time to get out of it, sell, get some of that profit, and sit on it until it dips again. That's just my 2 Satoshis on that as well. And I'll go ahead and talk about Avalanche at number 12 at $119.23, up 7.64%. I saw they just launched a new Cook finance platform on the Avalanche ecosystem where they're essentially giving you that basket full of cryptocurrencies to choose from. So that may be one of the reasons why Avalanche has this nice little uptick this morning as well. So those are the prices for the day. And let me go ahead and open up this chat box to see what's going on, give some quick shout outs. And then, of course, we'll get going for the day as well. Let me see. Here we go. Bringing this chat box up to say some quick shout outs. And again, for everybody who's bought the masterclass, much appreciated that. You guys have shown overwhelming support these last few days for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and now today Crypto Tuesday sale. So if you haven't got the masterclass yet, again, that code for all classes is 15 off or 15% off. I'll tell you again at the end of the show. And that gets you 15% off all masterclass. If you're looking to purchase in Bitcoin, you can hit us up, and we'll also have a link on the website as well. Some quick shout outs. What's going on? Pete, Jew Remy, Goodness, Satoshi, Todd, Chappie, Eric, Crypto Boy, Devontae, BK Born, Best I Raised, Mr. Gamble, the Prince, Fam, Damon, Crypto Chief, Wendy, Blockchain Bully, Geechee Diamonds, Cuddy, Tiahana, Mayho, Cornelius Broadnex. Let's see, Wendy Nichols, Miss JL. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. Let's see. I have not seen this one, Satoshi. I'm going to check it out. So what is going on with that MPX Mars Space X coin? Million X's over the last month. No idea what the hell it is. I gotta check it out. But we know when a lot of these new coins hit the market, then yes, usually they will do like a 100,000% gain over the next day. All right, last but not least, before we get started, these likes are lacking right now. There's 100 people in here. We got 50 likes. Let's go ahead and smash that like and share as you enter the chat. And the top story of the day: CBDC is a tool to combat Bitcoin, says Bank of Indonesia exec. Thank you. I am so happy to see the headline of this story. They aren't being around the bush anymore. They're coming out to say it. Let me tell you something. This is something that every regulator and government thinks, though they haven't publicly exclaimed it. I am happy to see the Bank of Indonesia exec coming out and saying what's been on the minds of all these banksters and regulators. CBDC, as being quoted here, would be a part of an effort to address the use of crypto in financial transactions, said Central Bank of Indonesia Assistant Governor Judah Agung. Again, it's saying here, central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, digital versions of national currencies introduced in response to growing cryptocurrency adoption will be an essential tool for combating crypto, according to the Central Bank of Indonesia. That is right. They're considering launching a rupiah to fight, as they say, against cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Bank of Indonesia Assistant Governor Judah Agung said in a recent parliamentary meeting, quote, a CBDC will be one of the tools to fight crypto. We assume that people will find CBDC more credible than crypto. CBDC will be part of an effort to address the use of crypto in financial transactions, Agung stated according to her Tuesday report. So if you've seen our Twitter page, we actually posted the video. I think it was from 2018 when we first saw the mention of CBDCs. If you've been watching since 2017, if you remember during that entire ICO phase, that ICO year, ICO crazy, 100 million here, 50 million here, 200 million, people are making money in the market. I mean, you talk about the next best thing now. In 2017, as the ICO market was heated up, every project was next best thing. And everybody's winning on these projects since they were so new and novel. However, the thing we kept saying going into Q4 of 2017 is like, hey, after Martin Luther King Day in 2018, regulations will come. Regulations did come incredibly aggressive, more aggressive than we actually thought. And with those regulations, I remember, I think it was about February or March of 2018, an article was posted where it was the first time we ever saw mention of the word central bank digital currency or CBDCs. And we saw it mentioned 10 times in one article. We were like, oh yeah, this is going to be the future. We already know it. And it's the future. Something else we've said that is the future is that the war is won. The war's been won. Like the moment Bitcoin was created and the first people started mining it and using it and all that good stuff, the moment my man's Laszlo bought the 2 pieces for Bitcoin, that is when the war was over. So I say all that now because, again, congrats to the government, regulators, and banksters out there for finally catching up and realizing they're actually in a war. However, that war is already over. But again, this is pretty funny. First and foremost, Bitcoin is made to be anti-resistant in so many levels, which is why it's so powerful. So the fact that they're going to use taxpayers' time and money to even attempt to fight Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, something that can be created by 10-year-olds on the internet and be used by them immediately after creation, I don't think it's much of a fight. Again, I think this war is already over. But again, I am actually happy to see this come out. This is good for Bitcoin. This is good for Bitcoin when you have governments and regulators telling you that we like, and this is crazy. I actually believe he believes it. He believes a CBDC in his eyes, in the citizens' eyes, would be more credible than crypto. When cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, was created because it wasn't credible. Fiat currency wasn't credible. We couldn't trust the regular system. They did bank bailouts here in the United States. They did car bailouts here in the United States. They've done the Brexit happened overseas. There's been all types of bailouts in the European Union. Like there's all types of mismanagement of money in every direction, from the actual people saying they're here to protect you, from the actual regulators, from different government entities, and people in the banking ecosystem. They are not here to protect you. They're here to make money. They are here to make money, and they do it very well. So again, I'm glad to see this because they're calling something Bitcoin, which is attempting to bank every unbanked individual on this planet. It's attempting to make every individual on this planet have the ability to transfer their value online digitally to other people. That is what it does. So to say we're going to fight back a monetary system and an ecosystem that's going to allow everyone to become their own bank and to be engaged in the financial system, we're going to give you something that we create and we control because it's more credible than that other thing that has no barriers to entry. I'm not believing it. That's a false statement. But again, this makes me smile and my teeth white. The fact that they are actively thinking that a CBDC will fight against Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Again, the official noted that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are currently traded alongside commodity figures and regulated by the Trade Ministry, despite severe impacts on the financial system. And again, this comes after the National Ulema Council, MUI, Indonesia's top Islamic scholarly body, reportedly found cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to be haram or forbidden by the tenets of Islam, which is interesting because before in a different country, they said it wasn't forbidden. They could use it. So they're kind of flip-flopping back, going back and forth. As you can see here, they have taken this mixed stance in Indonesia, but it looks like today that line has been officially drawn as they have declared war against Bitcoin. And to fight, they're going to use a CBDC. People, I love it. This is what I call a base hit. Again, I used to be anti-CBDCs. They're centralized. Why do we need them? We have Bitcoin, and I still am. However, I do recognize the importance of CBDC in the ecosystem, and what it does, it gets you to first base. That's right. Home run is Bitcoin. It gets you to first base because the moment you put an entire country on CBDCs, curiosity killed the cat for a reason. It's only so long before some of those people who get on the CBDC goes online and says, what exactly is a CBDC? Oh, it's a kind of cryptocurrency. What other kind of cryptocurrencies are there? Oh, wait, Bitcoin's the first one. It still works. Well, why don't we just use that? It will only be so long. So I'm all for it. I'm happy to see it. However, we do know one thing has to happen today. The Indonesian assistant governor, Judah Agong, is also officially the dino of the day with that take of CBDCs fighting Bitcoin. So with that, let's go ahead and give them that loud roar. We haven't heard that in so long on this show. Go ahead. Let it rip. Let it rip. Let's let that thing rip. It doesn't want it. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Woo! There it is. Give him two. Listen, get that out of here, you fossil, you dinosaur. He really believes a CBDC can combat Bitcoin. People, I am telling you, you are so far ahead of like the masses. You are early to the party. I don't care if you just got in today. If you just got in today, there's an assistant governor in Indonesia that thinks CBDCs will be the reckoning of Bitcoin. You are still super early at $60,000 Bitcoin. Dollar cost average, you'll be fine, okay? Let's see. Todd said, using religion for oppression again. You know it, man. Listen, if you ever want to make sure people don't do anything else, throw some religion. This is coming from a very spiritual person, but I do know how spiritual leaders and religion is used to trick people off the street. That is real, for sure, for sure. Let's see. Sergeant Crypto saying the most egregious of all was the bank bail-in. Remember Cyprus? That's what I was thinking of. The Cyprus one was super egregious over there. So again, I mean, like the pot calling the kettle black, but I'm not mad. Again, I say it all the time. Sheep are real. I'm not mad at it. People are trying their best to be risk averse and to just raise their families and do the best they can do in their situations. So I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But hey, if you're running back to the person who beat you, don't be surprised when they beat you again. To me, these governments, when it comes to the financial security of citizens around the world, they have definitely been beating the shit out of people. Let's see. Local TX, how can you trust banks when they get free bailouts, but the common citizen doesn't get protected? That's what I'm saying. Like my entire disposition, this entire take would be different if I can, the same way we can go in history and talk about these bailouts, if we can go back in history and be like, yeah, we bailed out this year, we bailed out this year. Like, for example, last year, the pandemic almost could have been a bailout. Like it could have been a real citizen bailout, the way they gave all those dollars to citizens, PPPs, EDD, all this stuff. It almost could have been a bailout if the government didn't do two things. A, actually print more money out, which not made it a bailout because you just printed more money. And B, if they actually were to not tax people on the money they gave away. Those would be real bailouts. But instead they gave taxpayer monies, more money of their own money that they reprinted, then taxed everyone on it. So again, that wasn't a real bailout. I'm trying to get one of those golden parachutes the execs at GM and Ford was getting. When they quit or got fired, they still walk away with 30 million. Like that's a bailout to me right there. Let's see. Geechee Diamond says more credible than crypto. Fuck out of here. Ali Pio said combating crypto. I thought crypto was here to combat them. Listen, they're smart. They're like, look, we're going to take control of this narrative right now. PFC Will. So either he has no clue what he's talking about or he got the soldier tap. You know, I'm going to assume he got the soldier tap on that one. What's going on, Paris? There we go. Welcome back. Let's see. Remy, did I see Canada launch a Bitcoin and Ethereum yield ETF? Unless that's the one that was launched like a week or two ago, unless it's a different one, I haven't seen the new one, so I got to check it out. The Charlotte agent, what's going on? Let's see, what else we going? Yep, Dev Rocks, how do you feel about that Ethereum Bitcoin chart? Again, I don't think Ethereum's going to flip Bitcoin anytime soon, anything like that. We'll be talking about it too, because people are already talking about Ethereum being the next reckoning of everything, which is good. While I don't think it's going to flip it, if Ethereum 2.0 does take off next year, gas. I mean, again, this whole thing is gas fees, people. Like, you can't use it right now. And what's crazy, you used to be able to use it. Now you can't use it. So if they fix those gas fees, I think Ethereum can do well. I think we can see it aggressively get closer to the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing, but I just don't see it being passing it right now. But again, there is a lot of talk around it. And of course, worst case scenario, if not Ethereum, then some of these other Ethereum competitors and killers stand a chance as well. Lawrence Sanders says it's not a coincidence that banks want to keep commercial consumers poor and uneducated on finances. Crypto is a way to combat all the gains, is what I think you're trying to say. There we go. All right, let's see what else we got. It's coming from that same part of the world, not Indonesia this time, but actually India. India misinterpreted private crypto ban, says crypto bill creator. Call them out. Even though you're calling them out now that you're not in the government and can't help anymore. But former Finance Secretary of India, Subhash Garg, clarified that it is, quote, misleading to say that private cryptocurrencies will be banned. Looks like the creator of India's crypto bill, former Finance Secretary Subhash Garg, dismissed the notion of banning private cryptocurrencies as a misinterpretation while highlighting the enormous potential of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Like, again, this is stuff I like to see, but why did you wait to get out of office to say it? Like, say it when you're in the gang. Don't leave the gang, then start talking about how bad they are. You got to be in the gang to talk smack about it. The parliamentary discussions around a controversial crypto bill sparked fears around the ban of cryptocurrencies with no clear indication about the ban's scope. As Cointelegraph reported in an episode of panic selling among Indian investors, also known as weak hands, followed the announcement. This is what I mean, people. I will not speak on every altcoin and cryptocurrency out there. I will just specifically speak on Bitcoin and blockchain, as we have encouraged many people on this channel time and time again. The dollar cost average to Bitcoin, make sure you have a full Bitcoin before you go parlay in some other places, or just go parlay in those other places in an effort to get your full Bitcoin. But if you read the white paper, if you follow Bitcoin, the project, the technology, the protocol, the value aggregator, whatever you want to call it, if you followed it, it's only getting better. We just had Taproot happen a few weeks ago. There's no reason to panic sell out of Bitcoin, yet people panic sell out of Bitcoin depending on what the government says. So this is why I'm actually not mad at the Indonesia deputy governor or whatever saying that, hey, CBDCs are more credible and we think people will agree with us. He's right. Like I said, they're sheep. There's a lot of sheep out there. They are going to agree with them just because they say it. And I'm not mad. Again, I get it. I want to trust the government wholeheartedly, 110% too, but I'm not doing it with my money. It's time and time again to show it doesn't make sense. So again, it sucks to see people panic selling in that crowd, but it is what it is. Again, it looks like the quote here is saying the description of the crypto bill was perhaps a mistake. Oh, perhaps. Oh, all right. That's how I know you're full of shit when you start throwing that perhaps in there. Say it with your chest. Don't you perhaps it. Don't you maybe it. Don't you schedule. Don't you we hope. No, say it with some say it concrete. You was a government official, right? His quote goes on to say, it's misleading to say that private cryptocurrencies will be banned and to intimate the government about the same. He believes that the Indian government should formulate a bill after discussing it with stakeholders and crypto investors. Yeah, the government's gonna get your guys' opinion first before they make a move. Furthermore, the bill suggests banning private cryptocurrencies without clarifying what the word private stands for. Oh, there we go. And this is the article about Ethereum also I was going to mention. As a result, the crypto community in India self-interpreted two different versions of the bill's agenda. One that considers banning all non-government issued cryptocurrencies. Can you believe that, people? If a ban were to come down on all non-government issued cryptocurrencies, if you're not using a Coinbase wallet, if you're not using Fed USD coin, if you're not using these wallets that we gave you, if you're not using these exchanges that we're allowing you to use, then you're a criminal now, then it's illegal. We're going to lock you up with the pedophiles, murderers, and rapists. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. It was a digital online value system that no one believed in, that now they're trying to tell you which ones are private and which ones aren't. It also continues on as saying, of course, one that considers banning all non-government issued cryptocurrencies, and the other that excludes cryptocurrencies running on public blockchains. This is what I was talking about. Running on public blockchains such as Bitcoin and Ether. This is the biggest chance Ether has, people. It isn't Ethereum, the project. It's not the developers. It is nothing that they're actively doing. The best chance Ethereum has to flip or to catch up with Bitcoin with that pairing is the narrative. It is simply the narrative. When you have articles like this or people in these positions identifying Ether as a public blockchain in the same sentiment as Bitcoin, I have to disagree with that. Ethereum didn't have the same history, the past. It was forked off after the whole DAO thing happened. Of course, I know Bitcoin had an early exploit as well. I feel like the fork did not occur the same way. Ethereum Classic to a lot of people is still the real Ethereum. So I don't agree with that. I can't say it's the same as a public blockchain. Like, I don't fully agree with that. But that's my point. That is the narrative. That is becoming more and more the narrative. I'm seeing Sean from Bankless and all his newsletters. He keeps saying Ethereum is money. Like, that's the narrative he's pushing. Ethereum is money. It will be used as money. So that is a narrative people are pushing. Now, if corporations and everyone stays on this Ethereum bandwagon, then yeah, again, I think it can become close. But one of the reasons why I don't think it's a fully flip is because there's too many Ethereum competitors. If Ethereum does get closer and closer to this Bitcoin pairing and it becomes more and more popular and so on and so forth, you better believe Solana is coming in hot next, and even Cardano with no product. I know people are going to cry and complain and argue to me, call in on Friday. Even Cardano will be in the running. And again, this is, say, 3 months from now, there might be another Ethereum competitor, Ethereum killer. I've talked to a few projects who already said, hey, we just copy and code and add in what we want to add to it. So if Ethereum does do it, if it gets closer to flipping it, you better believe there are going to be some new Ethereums coming right behind it that are going to aggressively grow in market share the same way in hopes of being the next one. Because you got to remember, right now it's still sitting decent, kind of pretty, because people are comparing it to the growth of Bitcoin. But to the new crypto user, 4,700, oh, come on, they don't know they can buy $1 worth. They see 4,700. That's a big number, man. I'm not one asset for 4,700. The new person isn't going for it. Now, the new person will say, okay, Solana is the same thing, but it's 200. Wait, Cardano is the exact same. Because you remember, this is the information they're getting. This is the exact same thing. It's only $1.60. New project XYZ Ethereum competitor. It's only 60 cents. Like, that is the psychological way traders trade, especially new people in the market. So yeah, I think that even if it does happen, it won't happen for long. Really quick, let me take a quick peek at some comments. Todd say Ethereum is just the matrix. D Chiron say Ethereum is a rich man's game too with the fees. And that's why I'm saying it too. Like, people, I've laid off of Ethereum and I can afford to mess with it. It's just literally not worth the fees to be playing around right now. It's just, it's more ridiculous to even partake in the fees. Like, and again, granted, most transactions I make, even if it's a high amount of fees attached to it, the transaction is usually worth it. Like, right? Like, the trade is usually worth it. Or the long-term growth of that portfolio is usually worth it. Hell, even Axie Infinity, if you were to play that game when those characters all cost $1,000 to get the game started, that $1,000 to start the game was worth it. But however, is that the best place to park the money? That's always a question. Rico San Diego said, what about Solana? Yep, just mentioned them. Let's see. What about Riddix? DOT is supposed to be the new Solana and Ethereum competitor. I haven't heard of them, but that is my point right there. Bitcoin Benito, thank you for the tip. Ethereum is never going to flip until they get rid of crazy ass gas fees. The new EIP 4488 is supposed to fix this though. Yeah, they tell me that about 1559. I believe them. But hey, as long as you can keep the community engaged, especially new organizations coming in with pockets full of money, keep doing what you're doing, Ethereum. I'm not mad at you. You're doing what you're doing. Ashley K, shout out to Ashley K on the road listening. Thank you for that as well. Big O said, you people, he said, you people get butt hurt from a challenging statement. Bitcoin is not going to change poor people's life. You got to call in on Friday with that Fuck Bitcoin Friday, take Big O. I got to disagree with you. I think Bitcoin will change poor people's life. I mean, a perfect example, Bitcoin Zay publicly says many times over, he was a poor teacher working at IT before Bitcoin changed his life. So it's not even, can it change people's life? That is an actual false statement. We're not butthurt. It's a false statement. It's already changed someone's life, we know. So that is truly a false statement. But let's just say you're talking about today at $60,000 Bitcoin. It still can change people's life. And here's why. You have to stop looking at it from a price point, especially in fiat currency. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. A lot of people in Bitcoin, like Bitcoin Zay and myself, we don't want to go back to fiat currency. We don't care how much Bitcoin blows up and grows in value to fiat. We don't want to sell it for fiat unless we're buying maybe 1 or 2 big purchases, like I mentioned in the past, a nice, very nice car, the Bitcoin Lambo, or the house or something, right? We don't want to go back to the financial system where it's ran by centralized governors, private companies like the Fed, and they control all the money. They can print it when they want. So again, I say that you're wrong, but call in. And you're wrong because you're looking at it from a fiat perspective. You keep thinking everybody wants to go back to fiat. We're trying to accumulate Bitcoin. And right now, 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. And then the second thing, as far as changing poor people's life, most poor people don't have good banking relationships. They can't bank. If they overdraw, they cannot afford. I mean, I know, I get it. A lot of people are very wealthy or do well in this space or come from means. A lot of people, $50 is a lot of money. $100, you got $100 in inner city with a family of 4 or 5. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So in a regular bank account, if you were to spend that 100, if it were to slide under what it's supposed to be, if you get charged an overdraft fee, that's $35. That will crush someone with limited means. You already said $100 a lot for 4 or 5 people. You get hit with a $35 fee, you got less than that. So just the fact that you can have Bitcoin and have your own bank on your own phone and you don't get charged a $35 fee for every little transaction that might go over or under or whatever, that alone to me changes poor people's lives. So again, call in Friday, strongly disagree with you. But if you're not too butthurt to call in, make it happen. He also said Taproot makes Bitcoin unsecure. You better getting a full Ethereum. Oh man, we got a troll here. Big O, you better call in on Friday with the smoke. All right, last few stories. Crypto.com and Silvergate enable institutions to buy and sell crypto with USD. Shout out to Silvergate Bank. I mean, they are everywhere in this space. They've been everywhere. This is a player that's been doing the right thing in the space and keeping their head low. Silvergate is a major crypto bank known for assisting the launch of El Salvador's crypto wallet Chivo. I know they did some, like Gemini use them. I think they still use them, but they're located here, like I think between LA and San Diego, like kind of Orange County area. But Silvergate Bank has been doing some great things in the last few years. Major crypto exchange Crypto.com continues expanding its crypto on-ramp and off-ramp solutions with a new partnership with the California State Charter Bank, Silvergate. Crypto.com announced Tuesday that is working with Silvergate to allow institutional clients to deposit and withdraw from the exchange using the US dollar. According to the announcement, the bank transfers to and from the Crypto.com exchange are now available for institutional investors. With the help of Silvergate, institutional clients can transfer USD between their bank accounts and Crypto.com with no fees. Now, normally for exchanges, we say they have like a 2 to 3 year life cycle. It's kind of like being a star athlete or entertainer. It just doesn't last forever. However, with Crypto.com, their approach is very different. They're taking more, I think, of a Coinbase approach. Like they're trying to be public. They like when Crypto.com, when they go public, they're trying to smash Coinbase. They are definitely trying to smash Coinbase. I think they eventually will go public. But bigger than this story of this onboarding and offboarding fiat for banks, you may want to look at the Crypto.com token and the Crypto.com in general for future growth. And the reason why is this. For one, the token, I know the news made it pump. I haven't even looked at the token, so I'll look at it right now in front of you. But off the top of my head, I would assume that it's already dipped a little bit since the initial pump with the news of it. Crypto.com renaming Staples Center, also known as House Kobe built. I know a lot of people in LA are pushing back against it, but it is what it is. But yeah, so let me bring this up really quick, show you how these cycles work and how you can find good plays. Here's a gem right here. Hold on, let me check these likes first, matter of fact, before I just start dropping gems. Let's see. All right, we got 239 people watching, 146 likes. We need to get these likes up, people. I want to drop gems, but come on, meet us halfway. Meet us halfway on these gem drops we try to do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and assume these likes are going to go up, but if I take a peek at this and they're the same, hey, the market has decided. The market spoke. I know what time it is. All right, so going to this chart again, crypto.com. It was just, of course, they got the naming rights to Laker Stadium a few weeks ago. We saw the big pump happen already to 90 cents. So right now we're sitting at about 70 cents. So the retracement technically did happen already. Can it go down further? I would say yes. And I would say you have 7 days for it to go down further. If it doesn't go down more in this next 7 to 10 days, I think then that's it for this quarter here. And if it does not go down the next 7 or 10 days, or even if it does, I would say find a nice little entry point because when they actually announce it on Christmas Day, I'm not sure if the Lakers have a game Christmas Day. I have to check. Usually they do. But when the announcement is official, when it's today is December 25th, it is crypto.com arena, Lakers facing off against Warriors Christmas Day special. Whenever that happens, you better believe this price is going to pump wherever it's at. I don't care if it's at 70 cents, if it's at its all-time high again at 90 cents, if it's at 10 cents. It is going to pump, more specifically, leading up to that day, the 24th. Let me say that. Christmas Eve, it'll pump. Christmas Eve, a day or two before Christmas Eve, it'll pump. Christmas Day, you will actually want to sell it to rinse, wash, and repeat. Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, look for the sale of crypto.com. If you re-enter the next week or two, sell it Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. Wait for the dip, another 48 to 72 hours, 2 to 3 days after Christmas Eve, going toward the new year, and it'll be another good reentry point. After that next reentry point, after Christmas into the new year, if you re-enter then, you may be in a long hold, which isn't bad only because they have so much institutional stuff happening. But I can see it being a hold to 6 months to a year after that. But it may be worth something if you jump into it and hold it, and then all of a sudden they go public or something like that. So that's just my take on crypto.com right now. Again, it's already retraced. Again, I think we have a few more days for some retracement of it. And then this is going to be a slow growth all the way to Christmas when they make that announcement. Of course, buy the rumor, sell the news. We already know the rumor, but people do forget about these things when they're not in their face. And then, like I said, on Christmas Day, expect a nice little pump again. Sell out of it, take your profit, rinse, wash, repeat on the crypto.com project. Keep drumming. Thank you for that tip. Every time they name a variant, I buy a couple grand in Bitcoin. Hey, that's actually a great way to buy the dollar cost average. Every time a variant comes in, buy some crypto. Bird Time Music Group said Lakers versus Nets. Thank you. Crypto Chief, thank you as well. Bird Time Music Group. Bitcoin Zay, what's up? Bitcoin Zay is in the house. He's down in Miami at Bit Basel. I wasn't able to make it this week. I was about to listen, people. I was about to pull out last night and go to Miami. I saw those hotel room prices for waiting too late, and I was like, nah, like just because you got it don't mean you about to spend it. They were trying to charge me some Ethereum for a hotel room. I was like, y'all crazy. I'm just about to buy another Ethereum and stay put. That's just the way I roll. But Bitcoin Zay is down there representing. He's in the chat, so shout out to Bitcoin Zay. Let's see. Big O said, yes, sir, when guys like you and me dump the price on them. I got to scroll up. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Von Fetus said, brought Crow at 17 cents. Good money. There we go. Xavier Hill said, I blew it. I had 5,000 Crows 6 months ago. It's all good. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of projects. Hell, Mana, Decentraland. I mean, I was talking about Decentraland all year. I've really been into Mana. I got out of Mana a few months ago when the price started going sideways and slipping to consolidate more into Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it's like, oh man, I missed out on the Mana. And it's like, there's always a new one. That's a good thing about this market is that it's technology and these projects are always improving. There's always a new project. There's always a competitor in this market. So that is the cool thing about it. Even though we miss them, it's like, you never really miss it. There's always going to be something else coming. All right, let's see what else we have. Snoop Dogg is in the news. Snoop Dogg drops decentralized dog NFT like it's hot. I'll give it to Snoop. You talk about person. First of all, probably one of the world's most recognizable names, and to do that out of entertainment is incredible. So shout out to Snoop Dogg. Also shout out to Snoop Dogg for being able to not only reinvent himself many times over again, but to stay on the forefront of news and entertainment. And we're seeing it here. Snoop Dogg's first NFT collaboration with digital multimedia artist Cody, Decentralized Dog, was minted Monday on Super Rare. I also go ahead and say I do understand the power Snoop has. If you ever been to LA, turn on the radio, they are playing Snoop Dogg like 24/7. But I say all this good stuff. I'm putting on my Stephen A. Smith hat. I'm saying all this good stuff to say about Snoop. Oh, that boy, no. Whether it's him or whether it's the people around him, it's some opportunists his way, because I feel like he's already done something into crypto before. I got to go back and look. I feel like he's already had a foray into crypto, but he's back again. Hip hop legend Snoop Dogg has debuted his first non-fungible token NFT collaboration with artist Cody in the final release of the Decentralized Portrait series. The Decentralized Dog NFT was minted on Super Rare on Monday at 7:15 p.m. UTC and will be on auction until Friday. Super Rare is a digital NFT marketplace that caters to buyers willing to pay up for more exclusive pieces. The NFT is a stereoscopic 3D collage of 10 different portraits of Snoop Dogg from various stages throughout his life. I need to see some crib sign Snoop, underscored by an original NFT inspired soundtrack bio. At the time of the writing, the highest bid was 169 Ether, or about $760,000 at current prices. Are you kidding me? What? Listen, first and foremost, this is what I mean by the irrational market. I just said all that great stuff about Snoop. He is worth a lot. I'm sure an NFT by Snoop with music and all this other stuff is worth a lot as well. But for $760,000, Snoop Dogg is about to perform live on the Gym in the Crypto. Okay, like tomorrow, Wednesday morning, you're gonna turn on the show and Snoop is gonna be singing Gin and Juice. Like, what? Are you crazy? $1 million? $1 million? I'm about to sign another Snoop Dogg. I'm about to sign 4 Snoop Dogs with $760,000. I wouldn't spend that personally on NFT, but again, this is for exclusive collectibles and people who like this type of stuff. So if you got it, flaunt it. But again, this is how it looks. This is the final one-on-one release of the Decentralized Portrait series in the OG style. That do look super cold. I will say this is pretty cool. The picture, I do like. Woo! On this decentralized track. Certified block. Like these chains around my neck. It can't, won't, and don't stop. Look into these eyes. Get hypnotized. Get into the scene. Blazing this NFT train. Alpha since day one. The OG Don Snoop is back to remind you how the Dog Father remains number one. Hey, shout out to Snoop Dogg in this collaboration. That NFT, again, it does look super cool. Happy for Snoop. Hopes the NFT definitely works out for him. And again, yeah, it does say he is a longtime innovation and investment partner. So this is only going to be the beginning of this NFT drop in his art space as well. So again, looking forward not only Snoop, but more people also coming. Cody also told Cointelegraph that Snoop Dogg's management team has considered using the artwork as augmented reality labels for wine bottles or a book cover. We can do Snoop wine bottles that use augmented reality, where the portrait comes to life on the wine bottle. That leaves so much more value to the collector because he has millions of eyes on the work. So again, pretty cool thing. $760,000 worth. I don't know. Like I said, for that price point, I'm gonna have Snoop actually come through and just start spitting some hot bars for us here on the show for that price point. Let's see what's going on. Trill Rants and Reviews that just falling through to pay my taxes and show love. What's going on? So do you think Aave is undervalued? Right now, I will say Aave is actually undervalued because it has been working so well. It's been working very well. The flip side of it being undervalued, though, is the competition competitor. What they're doing is unique. However, to recreate it isn't impossible. It's a technical thing. And the reality is, not only recreating it is just a technical thing, but a lot of people can recreate it. They're just choosing not to do these platforms the proper way. They're trying to do rug pulls. They're trying to do scams, or they're not doing security audits. So my point is, if someone say they were to try to duplicate Aave or compete with them, there is, from a technical standpoint, a way to do it and to do it properly and to be a real competitor. So I do think they're undervalued as of now because what they're doing is good. However, if they were to have a competitor step up and come right next to them, like we can do the same thing Aave doing, and the trust is the same, then their worth would decrease like almost immediately. So maybe it is priced at the right price already. Let's see. Dad and Dana said, can someone tell me what the connection is with the AMC and Loopring token? Well, Loopring is a layer 2 solution as far as on the Ethereum. AMC, of course, said they're going to be allowing crypto transactions and payments. So I'm just assuming they might be using Loopring as one of the ways to transact, but I'm not Sure. Big O, you better call in on Friday, Big O. Call in with the smoke on Friday. All right, last but certainly not least, we're going to be talking about Grayscale. And again, Solana, coming from Bitcoin Zay, he's like, hey, Ethereum, cool, I'm with it. But Solana is trying to overtake them. They're trying to be the competitor. And from his take, he was like, if Ethereum 2.0 launches and does bad, then we can see Solana pump aggressively. My thought, while I agree with them, I'm thinking it's going to happen regardless. I think if Ethereum 2.0 launches and it does well, we'll still see Solana pump aggressively because it's a competitor. And all they had to do is literally look at some of the code to figure out what Ethereum did and do the exact same thing with less work, less resources. So I think regardless of what Ethereum does in February, March, Solana will benefit from it. That's my Satoshis on it. But again, digital asset manager, I don't know what word I just tried to say out loud. Manager, did I say manager? I don't know what I said. Digital asset manager, Grayscale Investments, has unveiled its 16th investment vehicle, which will be passively invested in Solana. Grayscale is a subsidiary of Digital Currency Group, the parent company of CoinDesk. So, I mean, just from a news cycle, look, Grayscale is a subsidiary of Digital Currency Group, the parent company of CoinDesk. So you ever see CoinDesk, and you see a bunch of Solana articles, you know why. And I guarantee you they won't be putting sponsored posts on no mofos either. The Grayscale Solana Trust is now available to eligible individual and institutional accredited investors, the firm announced on Tuesday. It follows similar products that offer exposure to the prominent digital assets such as Bitcoin, Ether, Bcash, Litecoin, and Stellar Lumens. Solana has enjoyed explosive growth in 2021, increasing from about $150 at the start of the year to $214 at the time of the writing. So again, the good thing about this is now you have a accredited institutional fund actively investing in Solana publicly. A lot of institutions don't know about Solana right now. As many that do, a lot don't know. A lot of institutions who may be looking at Ethereum, a lot of people may be developing on Ethereum, facing the same gas fees, facing the same issues we talked about publicly. They don't even know about this. So to have this exposure with Grayscale, Digital Currency Group, of course, who also owns CoinDesk, like this is going to be new exposure for Solana that hasn't seen yet. I don't think we'll see any immediate reaction. I mean, I guess we saw 9% growth already today, so that may have been the uptick. But I think in another 2 or 3 months is when we're really going to see. Remember, this is the end of the year. This is Q4. Right now, the last few deals and business partnerships are being made. Expect, as I always say, after Martin Luther King Day in January, Q1, expect some of these partnerships to actually become realized. And I wouldn't even expect any new news until halfway through February, if not March of next year, when it comes to some of these stories. So when you're looking at Grayscale and Solana, that actually aligns up perfectly with Ethereum 2.0. Next quarter, Q1, that would be around the same time more people start getting eyes on Solana through this Grayscale trust. And at the same time, Ethereum 2.0 will be launching. I think that could be huge growth for Solana Q1 next year. So we'll continue to keep a lookout for that. But of course, this is only as good as the information we have today. If tomorrow a Solana, Cardano, Ethereum competitor comes out and say, hey, we can do all 3 times 10 and it actually works, then all of this I just said could be wrong as well. All right, last few comments before we get out of here today. Let's see. Leroy Forbes, I'm making sure I don't miss Friday's episode. Leroy, you already know. Leroy, you know you can miss it. How many? They're not gonna call in with no smoke. I'm reading the comments. This guy is saying he's not making sense in the comments. I don't think he's gonna make sense on video either. But you know we welcome the debate, so feel free to call in. Satoshi Slim. Let's see. I think you hold, that is the problem. Satoshi Slim responded to them, say, I think they hold Bitcoin in the same place as every other coin. And the problem is that Bitcoin is singularly not like any other coin. It's its own lane. That's where you, Zay King, and I differ. Exactly. Let's see. Crypto King, what's going on, Crypto King? Boom. The second B-Day bash is going to happen in London with more than 500 hexagons celebrating Richard Hart himself. The documentary film crew will capture lots of content for the documentary. Boom. Listen, this is what y'all need to capture. Y'all need to capture 50% of your market share back, because last time I checked, you was at 40 going to 70, and now you're at 19 trying to get to 21. So listen, that's what y'all need to do on this birthday party for Richard. Tell him to donate some money so people can sell out at 42. Tiger Boy said, I just realized I can't move my crypto off Coinbase. Should I sell and reinvest elsewhere, or should I let it ride? You should sell. Well, listen, welcome to the party. This is the issue we said we had years ago with Coinbase. It's been an ongoing issue. Everyone doesn't face it. I'm assuming you probably bought too much Bitcoin if that happened. But if Coinbase restricted you without any explanation, which they do, then yes, you need to move your crypto off it immediately before they essentially just lock your account and keep it. Let's see. Jay Martyr said, "What's good, King? Glad to see you back. That clone that replaced you a week ago wasn't as good." Listen, I'm back in full form, people. The beard is almost back in. Give me like 4 days. I'll be back to my final form. Let's see. That's what we need to do. A Fuck Bitcoin Friday top. Hexicans versus the XRP army. Who is the strongest? Yeah, Hexicans versus XRP versus the sheep versus the Dogecoiners. Are they even still around? Versus the Cardano folks. Yeah, let's have a Royal Rumble with these people. Cornelius said Hex is back up to number 3 on numbers again. They're leading with their chest. There we go. And yes, that was pretty funny to see a Hex person talk about a cult. That is very funny. All right. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share. That's the show for today. I'll see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Big O, I hope to see you on Friday with that smoke. If you haven't already, make sure you get that masterclass. The sale is still going on today for Crypto Tuesday. 15% off all classes. 15 off is the code. If you have any questions, go ahead and email us for it. Or if you want to pay in Bitcoin, feel free to email us as well, and we'll put the link out there also. Other than that, like I said, make sure you smash that like and share. If you see Bitcoin Zay in Miami, give him a drink for me.